I'm Denise Summers, the host of Standout, the video series celebrating the successes of women business leaders and owners. Today we're joined by Pauline Greenidge of Upward HR, a Calgary-based HR consulting firm specializing in workplace effectiveness for teams and individuals. So welcome, Pauline. Great to have you on the show.
Thanks, Denise. Yeah. Great to be here.
Yeah. And so you've developed and trademarked a specific methodology that you base your work on, that you use to work with teams and individuals. Can you tell us some more about that?
Yeah, thanks for asking, Denise. It's essentially what I call a mindset of invitation. And the mindset of invitation really is about, think about when you're invited to something.
Right.
It's intentional and purposeful. So if I'm inviting you to a barbecue or to a party, I'm deciding who's going to be there, what I'm going to serve, and why you're there, right? And it's the same in a workplace, being purposeful and intentional to include others. And so there's 6 kind of key principles around that. And those 6 key principles, if you would like, I can share those.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, that would be very interesting. Can you tell us? There's 6 principles, did you say?
Yeah. And so let's hope I remember them all. But the first one is really, in terms of opening up that mindset, is keeping your word, always honoring your word, right? And so if we're going to invite people, we have to build trust with them. So doing what you say you're going to do. Mm-hmm. And the second piece is bringing value. Doesn't matter if we're looking at a spreadsheet or doing something really important and big, always bring your best to it. Even if it's not your core interest, always bringing your best helps build trust and invites others to connect with you.
Right.
And then being curious. We talk a lot about diversity and equity and inclusion, and underneath all of that is, in a way to facilitate that, is being curious, inviting others in by showing curiosity. The 4th principle is being open to feedback. We all like working with people who are open to suggestions or even seeking it, because it really helps us grow.
Right.
And then respect. It's fundamental, but sometimes it gets lost. So I say, as part of the mindset of invitation, respect is really about demanding it for yourself in a good way, but also offering it to people, right? So it's not just about encouraging respect, but also expecting it for yourself. Right. And then finally, being courageous. Sometimes you have to do the hard stuff. So if it's hard stuff, whether it's managing a difficult employee situation or stepping up and saying something, take that step, and if you need help, get it, but be courageous. So those are the kind of key elements of mindset of invitation. And it's something that I thought about when I was going through a big corporate disruption, but it applies every day in workplace, and it's the way that I personally try to approach life.
Yeah, so you bring this into your personal life as well as into the workplace?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think being curious and being open is not always easy, but I think it makes for great relationships.
Right. Yeah, no, from what you were telling me about the principles, it does sound like something that would make sense to create a better life for yourself and a more effective life, both personally and in the workplace.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So I think, it's something that if people, even if it's only a couple of the things that stand out for you that you can implement, that's how I like to approach work and share that with teams or people I'm working with individually, to say, how can I be a more fulsome and impactful employee in the work that I'm doing?
Right. Well, thank you for joining us today. And how can people find out more about the mindset of invitation?
They can visit upwardhr.ca. You can reach out to me to set up a complimentary 30-minute meeting to understand your needs and find out more.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for being on the show with us today. That was Pauline Greenidge of Upward HR. I'm Denise Summers, the host of Standout. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and please join us for our next episode with Pauline as she talks about her journey to becoming a team expert. Thanks for joining us.